Hello everyone and welcome to the LNER Zoomer. Today we are at Peterborough, where we are going from Peterborough, believe it or not, to Doncaster. It's a King's Cross to Edinburgh service, so there's a dinghy crawling this way. AWS TPWS operational. We're calling out Newark, Northgate and Doncaster, and his service is 1 Sierra 10. Alright, drive, give him a wave. Right, we want dim lights on because it's the daytime. We want it to be cool. Yeah, cooling at 18 degrees. That's fine. GSMR can pop that on. Yeah, that's fine. Everything's all good. There's a 158 on where he's off to. Make sure the horn. Oh my lord! Is that meant to happen? Is this 2 platforms? 2B. Is it 2A and 2B? I don't know what's going on there, but it looks awfully close. Right, I'm meant to leave here at 18:30, so go at 15, I reckon. Which is about that. And when that interlock light has a blue rim around it with no doors closed, like that, I think. Off we go. We would get, and then into that we'd go, and into 1 hour. Yeah. It's a quiet train.
Please do
Make
not
sure we don't go above 25, so.
Luggage left unattended may be removed without warning or destroyed or damaged from the
Watch it
security
leave the
services.
station. Is that the last carriage? It's got to be one of the last carriages. Right, about to pass 115 boards, so 1. Oh, there's another one racing through. 2, 3. I want to count 9 stanchion posts. 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, that'll be like 8, 9, 10. So that should be it. I mean, it's already gone apparently. There's an intermodal service over there. But yeah, I put all my trains that I own into a spin wheel, and we're getting quite varied content. We've had the Class 40, we've had the Gatwick Express 387, the HST, I always forget one, we've had the ROG 37, the 375, and now this. It's actually an EWS, not a DB, I thought it was a DB66. Yeah, off we go. Oh, and let's do a rolling brake test. Yeah, more than happy they work. Let's get going. I don't know how much of the brake you have to use on a brake test, but I know you have to see that your brakes work while you're rolling. Which is what we were doing. We were on the move and we made sure the brakes work. A couple of intermodal trains, some HKAs, empty intermodal stuff. Nice. I don't know if we'll see Flying Scotsman on today's journey. We might do. 41 miles to Newark Northgate. Well, I mean, we'll need to slow down for Grantham. But Newark Northgate, there's 2 tracks. There's 2 tracks that go underneath. And then from there, it's a straight line. That's a neutral section, so we should have no power. And I reckon once we pass the signal, we'd have power again. Up to 125. There's been quite a few stoppages so far. Well, one of them was me from my rolling brake test. The outside temperature is 26 degrees. I have no idea what the inside temperature is. Next stop, Newark. Remember when this would always say the next stop, as in it would be the stop after your next one. So right now, this one would say Doncaster. What's the hell? That's the reading line. Yeah, that's quite close to the emergency brake. Let's not press that. Here's Wellington Byron Junction. That's only English to like 2021, possibly. You can do something like that. Depends, because COVID might have put a halt on most of this. Because I know they spoke about it in 2019 coming in 2021, so most probably was 2022. Right, that is a double yellow signal. It has just stepped up to a green, but we'll let go. We'll take off any power for now and just sort of cruise along. If the next one's green, then we can speed up again. But I can't see it right now, so we'll assume it's double yellow, of which it is. So let's start slowing down. Oh, it has just stepped up to a green. How kind. Wonder if it's a freight train that's about to come onto our line. I'd love to get a nice screenshot here, but there's some bloody poles in the way. A little bit of tonnage for the level crossing. Today's journey should be about 50 minutes. There's a red signal there, so I wonder. Is that because there's something there? Right, that's a green, and that was green straight away, so nice. Realised it's meant to hold X on this one to get low tone. It's got legs as this train. A fair amount of legs. Glad to see it this time of year. There's not that many flies on my windscreen. Because otherwise I wouldn't be able to see much. I reckon something like that. Bit more zoom. Yeah, look at that. Almost looks British Ace level of good. I actually reckon round the front would have been a tiny bit better of an angle. I won't stop. Oh, I hate controllers. They can be real picky at times. Nah, let's just continue. Continue and go. 10:24. What time are we doing at? Right, 10:44. So about. You can never really judge your brakes based on time, but normally about 3 minutes early. And to hold the horn for 5 seconds, I think, at a whistle ball. I think. That was a warning for a neutral section, so let's take a full power. We've got flashing green signals, which were tested on this route. Because it was going to be 5 aspect signalling, I believe. Flashing green, green, double yellow, yellow and red. And they were going to try and get trains to go 140 miles an hour, but the plan never went through. Because yeah, at the minute it's just green, double yellow, yellow, red. Whereas now it's, well, on here it's flashing green, green, double yellow, yellow, red. Right, and that's power should come back on, although we've got double yellow, so we need to put brakes on if anything. I think these double yellows are because in front of us, that's just turned to a flashing green, which is nice. But in front of us, they've not put the thingies. What's it called? Not put the level crossing barriers down. Right, we got flashing greens, so let's get up to 125 miles an hour. Wouldn't it be awesome if we could do 140? It'd be well wicked. Let me turn my LED lights to red, seeing as we're with LNER and nice and red. That's better. I never realised how nice the red is on here. Are they at maximum brightness? Yes. There we go. That's late for the level crossing back there. I know it's a bit pointless, but oh well. LNER recently have been running with the front panel. You can see how just there is the back pantograph and it's the only one that's up. The reason for that is because if the front pantograph was up and it got tangled with the wires or the cheese string, as we like to call it, because it is made out of cheese string. What as people like to call it. I don't know why I said the word we, but yeah, if you brought that down, it would damage all the other 8 coaches that are sat behind us. But if you put the back one up, if it gets tangled with the wires, only the last coach will take damage. So yeah, it's just safety, and it makes sense. Although they have been trialling them with the front pan up recently, so they must have found some benefit to running with the front one up, I suppose. DSD override. Looks like a nice button. But yeah, you can point which way you're facing. Oh, there's a 158. Going about 90 miles an hour. What is he doing? He looks like he could be going 90. Come on, tell me how fast you're going. 80. Alright, fair enough. Close enough. Oh, we're in the B end. The A end must be the London end. 125 miles an hour. It's 200 kilometres. Good to know. Oh, there's a 10 car LNER. That might be a Leeds one that's sort of there as a 225. And the 225s, there's not that long left of them, unfortunately. Has anybody done a passenger service on this route and been passed, not been passed by a freight train, but gone past a freight train? Because I haven't, I don't think. Not on camera anyway. Not on camera, not on video. Right, we're losing speed, come on. We're in notch 3 trying to maintain speed. Must be hilly around here. 14 minutes towards Northgate, 14 minutes to 26 miles. About 2 miles a minute. To keep that, we need 2 miles an hour. So 2 miles, 2 times 60, we need about an average speed of 120. So no room for slacking. We've got to be doing 123, 124 all the way. There we go. I'm going to take it down to 2 quickly. And if it goes up to 125, we'll take it down to 1. And we'll take it off completely. Because we don't be speeding into 126, because that would be naughty. And that has just gone down to 123. let's take the throttle off. Right, let's put it back on 2, and if it goes back up to 125, back down to 1. Flashing green signals. I'm assuming they just have to edit the LEDs. I'm assuming they don't have to put a whole new set of LEDs in there to make that work. Come on. Let's get going. It's quite scenic, this area. Very scenic. Be an awesome place by past flying slots. Is this where somewhere along here the thing for Mallard is? It's just there, isn't it? Somewhere along here. So I pass it every time I do these guys, man. I can never remember where it is. And we'll keep an eye out for it. If we find it, we find it. If we don't, oh well. It's not going to kill us. Is this Stoke? No, this can't be Stoke Junction. That's by Grantham. I'm going to turn TV up because I barely heard that. It could have been stopped, which would have been very nice. Yeah, Stoke Junction's near Grantham. Unless the thing's somewhere along there. I can't see it. Oh, that made a heck of a noise. No, I can't find it. Let's just keep chugging along. No, this is Stoke Junction. Yeah, so it would have been back there somewhere. We're coming up to Grantham, I think. We're not far from it anyway. Looks like we're about to go downhill, so... Yeah, we're climbing over a crest. Oh look, there's another one. Give him a wave. Is he in Edinburgh too? Looks like he could be. Let's check the map. Let's check, if in doubt, check the map. Yeah, he is in Edinburgh. He's an Echo one. You're a Sierra. He's an Echo. Right, that's brake, so that's... Is that one? Yeah, that's one. So open it in 2. And once that tunnel's normally assigned to coast into Grantham, so let's coast into Grantham. Because that's what we are doing here, really, isn't it? We're getting ready to stop at Grantham. Not to stop, sorry. It's pass through, but you can only pass through at 100 miles an hour. Left and then you come up to it because there's a massive tunnel. By that tunnel's a 115. Oh, it already is 115. Oh yeah, it was before that tunnel. We've been speeding for quite a while. Oops, there goes our platinum medal. Whoop-de-doo. There goes my route knowledge. Oh well. Obviously, if that was in real life, you'd have to stop and report that as a major overspeed. Well, actually, I don't think you'd stop. I think you'd continue and press urgent call. Because you wouldn't want to stop everybody just because you've gone a little bit over the speed limit. You know, do have to keep trains moving somehow. Emergency, emergency, emergency. That's the last thing you want to hear. Right, let's bring it down to, well, 100 as we race through Grantham. I wonder why they don't stop at Grantham, but they do stop at Newark, when as far as I know Newark's a bit empty. A choo-choo train. That was awful. I'm never making a joke ever again. That's the biggest lie I've ever told. good one, isn't it? There you go, there's an 100 limit. Oh my god, it's in TSW and nobody was standing the wrong side of the yellow line. Have we been in power that whole time? I hope not. Right, round here should be 115 somewhere. There, 115, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that'll be us. I mean, the train was definitely past. Yeah, long gone, so up to 115. Which is nice. We're speeding again. Although 1 mile an hour you'd get away with, but 10 you wouldn't. I think anything more than 3 miles over and you have to report it. 21 minutes into the video, when did that happen? Yeah, the Peterborough to Grantham section of this route is the longest section, so that's why I prefer doing the northbound runs to the southbound runs, because when you end and you're just like, yes, just want to get to the last station, and then you've got, what's it, a whole 18 minutes, 20 minutes. Well, what platform would you at Doncaster? There's a freight train at Doncaster. Are we queuing at this one? We are queuing at that one. 11:08. So in about, what, it's about to be 38, so 4858, I think half an hour. And let's take all that off because we don't be speeding, we are speeding. Right, we'll leave it in 1 power, one notch of juice. And is those the tracks? What? I'm posting to Newark Northgate now. Because Newark is one that you can quite easily skip if you're not on the ball. That looks a clever crossing to me. Yep, it's a full crossing. So, 2 PU. 2 the hoop. That was nothing else. Right, we're slowing down. And coming into Newark Northgate. This is the main thing into Newark, so I mean we're still like 4 miles, we're 8 miles out, let's not focus on slowing down. We'll go down to 115, but yeah, we'll just cruise in. There's a straight, and then once you see the right kink, you know you're coming up to Newark, so put quite heavy brakes on when you see that. That signal is definitely double yellow, so I'm going to bring it down a little further to about 110. Yeah, and we'll cruise along at this. So then, at least if there's a double yellow, we'll be able to react to it. Spad. Oh, I don't want to press that button. No thanks. Signal passed at danger. Oh. There goes your job, if you do that. Right, we'll slow down to 100. Is minimum brakes really 40%? Hang on. It is 40% brake is minimum. On Thames Link, minimum brake is about 5%. Yeah, we'll just cruise in at 100. Haven't got anywhere to be. We're due in at 44. So we'll just cruise in. I mean, this is probably going to cost us minutes, but do you know what I mean? I think we'll be fine. Doncaster is one of the easiest stations in the world to realise when you're coming in, because there's a neutral section down and the speed comes down to 115, 110-ish, around there. And there's a massive freight yard, which is quite the clue. Right, so this needs to be our clue next time for Newark, where there's a passing loop on the right and then there's a passing loop on the left. Remember that for next time. But yeah, just cruising in. We've got 3 minutes to get there. Not in any hurry. Like this one. Still nice to see a bit of farmland in the UK, because there ain't much of it left. Isn't taken up by flats. But anyway, ran over. Good, eh? I wasn't tooting for the other train, I was tooting for this crossing, and I should have tooted for the one back there as well. Newark isn't far from here. Really isn't far from here. Is this... Oh, I think this is the place in that TSW scenario where the cows are. And you have to stop for the cows and they give you a mile and you slam the emergency brakes on and you barely stop. Right, bring it down to about 75-ish. Should really have done that earlier. But I was focusing and concentrating on other things. Your mind so easily gets distracted. Well, mine does, I don't know about you, but mine definitely quite easily gets distracted. Coming up to Newark Northgate, just cruising along. We're almost probably going to arrive late, but we'll be sat there for about 3 minutes, won't we? Yeah, 2 minutes. So, that'll be fine. There's a level crossing. I bet living in those houses must be a nightmare. Every time a train comes near the crossing, we hear it. Meh. Well, that's not too bad as a noise. I definitely think of more annoying noises. Like a Class 91 horn. That's flipping loud. That would keep you up. I mean, from 10 PM to 6 AM. Oh my lord, this Flying Scotsman. From 10 PM to 6 AM, freight trains aren't, or any trains aren't using those, so go on. On the back. That's awesome. Is that a York to King's Cross? No, that's the Willerton to King's Cross. That's the first service I ever done in Flying Scotsman. But yeah, I didn't know we were going to see that. That's awesome. And there's an LNER right behind. Oh, enjoy that, mate. I want to do that service. 1 Echo 05. Oh, why is it what's an AI one? Oh, I need to be focusing here. What are you doing, you absolute idiot? You can't just go through a station that you're scheduled to stop at, believe it or not. I mean, you can, but you'd lose your job. It doesn't help that Newark is such a short platform. We're going to overshoot, we're going to overshoot, we're going to overshoot, we're going to overshoot. Yeah, that's an overshoot. Oopsies. Helps if you pay attention when you're doing something. Who would have guessed that? Luckily we're not going to be here long. No one might notice. Right, get this door closed. I mean, I've seen on YouTube I've seen a HST overshoot Doncaster. What's Scotsman doing? Is it getting pulled in? Find out soon. Right, let's close doors and get out of here. There you go, there's a blue rim. So we'll... That would make it meh, meh in real life. And off we go. Doncaster, 34 miles. Let's make sure we actually stop for that one. Yeah, that's definitely coming in. Look at how slow he's crawling. Well, slow he's crawling, 75 mile an hour. Okay, he's not stopping there then. It's 100 miles an hour up here, so give it the beans. I want to see, is Scotsman coming in? It's not, it's staying on. So it's going to block that LNER train all the way to Grantham, which is like another 8 or 9 miles. Which at 125 miles an hour is about 10 minutes, not even. At 75, that's going to take a while. Make sure no EMR's coming up. Oh, I like that. The track joint sounds nice. Because EMR do use this throughout the day. I think there's none on there at the minute, but they do use it. It's branched down to Lincoln, I believe. I think it's the Lincoln to Newark services. The Lincoln to Newark? No, Leicester to Newark. Yeah, Newark Castle that might use them. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? What I do know is we're speeding up to Doncaster. There we are. Up to 100 miles an hour already. These things shift so quick. Let's do a quick wipe of the windscreen. Actually, where's windscreen watch? Is that windscreen watch? There we are, put the wipes on. 5 swipes a minute just to get it. Just to get all the flies smudged off the screen. There we go. Is it 125? Yes, it is. Oh, neutral section. Where was the warning board for that? That's probably when I was messing about. Right, now the wires would be back on and we'd be able to go. Because the neutral sections don't actually work properly in game, so even though they advertise that it has neutral section functionality, the only route with neutral section the only train with neutral section functionality, because all the routes have it, but the only train that has neutral section functionality, that's a mouthful, is the 87. And let's keep slowing down just in case we are on a red, which is highly likely. I don't think train operating companies in real life like using more than 80% brake. That's a green signal, so for now, let's go speed back up. Nice. Oh, there's some passing loops here. I wonder where Scotsman is. Are they down here yet? There's Scotsman. Still chugging along, 73. And that's still going along at... In fairness, it's actually quite smart. Wow. If they were told Flying Scotsman's in front of you, they most probably would stick in real life. They would coast on like double yellows at about 70, 75 because they know that that's the speed of the train in front of them, and if they have some time to react if they need it. Do you know what I mean? But you've got to predict that. I mean, normally you can predict the speed of the train in front of you by how much you catch. Like if you slow down to say 50, and you go up to 100 and you start speeding up again, you'd most probably go, yeah, somewhere in the middle, 75, and just cruise at that pace. And try and keep a consistent gap. Because otherwise, accelerating, braking just isn't very efficient driving. And it's not a very comfy ride for the passengers either. Obviously, if you're in a freight train, you don't really have to think of it from that side. But if you're a passenger train driver, then obviously you do. Because all train companies have a passenger comfort policy, which is why you can't set off at full power, which is why you can't use more than like 80% brake in some companies. Right, let's just coast because we're catching up to double yellows. So we'll coast to sort of 110. If we continue to catch double yellows, then we'll slow down to 100 until we're on consistent green pings. Actually, that one Echo service that's going off the map, that's most probably a Grand Central. I'd love to see whole trains in this game. That'd be awesome. Right, just coasting along. Seeing what the next signal is. I think we just went past a green. Or we had a ping for a green. That is definitely a green, so let's speed up. And we'll go back up to 125. Nearly 40 minutes into the video. If you are enjoying, please do like and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. My hands are sweaty and gross, and on this controller it's mank. I'm going to give it a wipe down after this, because I've been recording once I've done this for about an hour and 20 minutes. I've filmed this on the same day, and just after the Vlog 37 video. I know you're seeing this most probably in early June, but today it's the 14th of May? 13th of May. So yeah, it's filmed like a month in advance just because I have, when I started playing Fernbus, I've just got loads of videos backed up, and now I have loads more time to edit and stock up on videos, which is really nice, rather than putting out 3 a day, which is what we've done in January, and then we went days without posts because I was a little bit burnt out afterwards. PSD, bang. Nice. That signal was red, by the way, because our train passed it. So once your first 2 carriages go past, or 1.5 carriages, or even just as the front bogie goes past, it goes to red. The train doesn't detect it as a SPAD, obviously, for obvious reasons. 22 miles away from Doncaster, and there is 115 coming up, so yeah, I can't wait to play West Coast Mainline, Preston, Carlisle. The thing that annoys me is there's some new Xbox sales at the moment, which they'll be gone by the time you see this video, but MBTA is on sale for the second time. It had a 25% off, now it's a 30% off, but Preston Carlisle has never been on sale once, which is annoying. And the same thing happened to Blackpool Branches. It was never on sale once until sort of December time, and then it was half price. But yeah, hey ho, ran over. But Deluxe Edition is like 20 quid, which is, I mean, I paid 30 quid for just the West Coast Mainline, so if you play the German stuff and the American stuff, then yeah, get it. But personally, I play just the British stuff because that's the only stuff I have knowledge in, and that's the only stuff I have an interest in. And I know what you're going to say is, how can you build a knowledge and interest in something if you don't want to build an interest and a knowledge on something? But I don't know. I'm never going to go to Germany. I'm never going to go to America. So why have an interest? on something that I'm never going to know about. Whereas this, I could walk about 20 minutes and I could see one of these trains as a local to the East Coast Main Line. I could see some 700s, some 801s, some 387s, some 379s, which I have now seen, and they look really nice and classy. Yeah, soon this line's all going to be a European train control system, which is exciting. And I say soon. I think their date was like somewhere between 2027 and 2029. That's not a very, that's not close. But it's not too far away either. I mean, LNER have their new CAF trains coming in 27, so I'm sure it'll be exciting for them. Sorry if you can hear the ambulance outside. Is that a sorry? The Azumas do just look so good. I mean, I can't lie, I think my favourite livery on any IET has got to be Hull trains, because it just looks stunning. I've noticed actually, Hull trains, there's one service in the afternoon, it passes, well, what I see it's sort of 12ish, or just before 12ish, and it's a 10 car set. But I didn't know they run 10 car sets on Hull trains. I knew they'd done it a while ago for the King's Coronation. Here's Retford, by the way, which means we're only about 8 miles from sunny Doncaster. Okay, 18 miles from Doncaster. And that was actually a warning for a neutral section, so let's get power off. Where's the neutral section start? There's some J&A wagons, 4 Lima 55 picks those up. Because we've done that service, it's the longest service on East Coast Main Line. Let me know what you think of the time-lapse videos I've been doing, by the way, because I quite enjoy recording and not have... I like the talking aspect of it, but you know, there are some days where it's just you don't have the energy, so you just slap it on and speed up the video and put some music over it. Hello, mate. And yeah, I find it creates quite nice content. I'm not sure about TSW wise, but Fernbus wise, definitely. And that reminds me, we also need to see what the service was called that I played, so I can get that video edited and put out, the thumbnail done, hashtags done, and all that. So it's ready for, well, ready to be watched, if you know what I mean. And let's not go speeding, please. And there's level crossing. Yeah, if you don't play TSW with the HUD off, by the way, why not? I think TSW with the HUD off's awesome. You only need to drive the same route once or twice. No, 2 or 3 times, maybe 4 times. To learn it. Which reminds me, we haven't been on Great Western Express in a while. Midland Main Line's getting some updates. That might need an update actually just after this, because it is normally Monday or Tuesday that's an update day for TSW. Okay, that has just gone green, but we'll still put a little bit of brake on. We'll bring it down to 115. Hello, mate. Little 5-car service. What's that? Is that simulating a whole trains? 1 hour for 6. Well, that might be a. Yeah, that could be a whole trains, 1 alpha, because they're the ones that go to Waverley. Maybe. Because any of the services in the timetable that go to Hull are Hull train services, because LNER don't go to Hull anymore. They used to, but not anymore, because they just decided to give it all to Hull trains, which is nice to see a small operator get more love. But then it's also not nice from an LNER perspective, because some staff lose shifts, and that's not, you know, that's not ideal. But yeah, again, don't mind that Hull trains are growing and expanding, because, you know, it's nice to see. They don't do many stops though, do they, Hull trains? They don't. I know Lumo stop at Stevenage, but the Hull train stop at Stevenage? I'm not sure. Because I know it's Is it London next stop Grantham? Because they do Grantham, Newark, Retford and Doncaster, or is it Doncaster, Retford, Grantham? I don't know. Maybe we'll do a whole train service soon, and we'll put an 802 livery on it. Make it look all nice and snazzy. And just hope that it doesn't appear on every train that passes us. Right, I don't know what's going on. Why are we cruising? Because there's a 110 limit around the corner. But other than... Oh, it's because we had signals and I started waffling and forgot where we were. So let's speed back up to 110. Quickly. Well, it doesn't matter actually. We've only got... Oh, we've got 8 minutes to do 9 miles. That is a bit tight. I don't think we're going to manage that. Well, we could, but I doubt it. But nothing's ever impossible. Nothing is ever impossible, is what I meant to say. Right, there's a sign for a neutral section, so let's take that off. Neutral section starts at the end of this bridge, I do believe. And if you're wondering what would happen if you left the power on during a neutral section, it just possibly damaged the pantograph and damaged the train. Take the electrics go away. I'm not sure about lighting. I don't think the lighting would turn off, but like you wouldn't be able to put any power on. And the reason why they do neutral sections is so that the power every 20 or 30 miles it changes. Substation. And also, if there was no neutral sections and there was an incident between London and Edinburgh somewhere, which is like quite a big stretch of track, you would have to turn the whole line off. But by cutting it into little sections, you only have to turn those little sections off, depending on where the incident is within that section. I think you would have to turn 2 sections off if the incident happened in a neutral section, and the trains wouldn't be able to get going again. You just have to pray that it rolls forward, not backwards, because if a train rolls backwards, you're going to have to stop. But yeah, if it rolls forward, then it's alright. So hopefully if you do stop on a neutral section, it's on a downhill. And I think the East Coast Mainline South, it's London to Welling is one section. Section 2 is Welling to Hitchin. Section 3 is Hitchin to, well, it's probably Peterborough, and then Section 3 is probably Peterborough to Grantham. Then Grantham to like just before Retford, I would have said. And then Retford probably to Doncaster. That's back to 125, so let's go. I'm cruising. Nearly missed that. DSD, I swear, is more quiet than what it used to be on this train. But yeah, if you don't play TSW Headless, try it. Yeah, I recommend it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not 100% competent. Like, I can, from playing TSW, I can be a train driver at LNER, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm not good enough for that, but like, I'm good enough to predict what's in front of me and know where everything is. Like, this is a sign that we're coming into Doncaster now. There'll be a river appear on our right. That might be classed as a river, I'm not sure. I don't know this area too well. I'm from the south of England, not from the north of England, so I have no local knowledge at all. Yeah, here, and there'll be a massive freight yard appear as we go around this corner. I think. No, that's the river I'm talking about there. And there's the freight yard. did lose a couple of hours there. Oh, game nearly crashed. Right, double yellows. I'm pretty sure I saw an Ocean Network Express delivery to 66 at Peterborough, and there's only meant to be one of those in real life, so make of that what you will. There's quite a lot of freight here now that I own Tees. Oh yeah, I haven't driven this route since I own Tees Valley, so we'll see if there's more freight. But since I own Great Western Express, there's been a lot more here for sure. Right, let's slow down to 45. I haven't got the new, I haven't got the new cargo line pack, so you won't be seeing that. Well, you haven't seen that because we're on the end of our drive. Look at the freight, there's freight everywhere. Look at it all. EWS heavy weathered 66 is all over the shop. None of them are moving now. Well, that one's just started. Don't tell me that's 66122 is it? I know what it is. That means I've seen 66122 in 3 different liveries. DRS, DB, and EWS heavy weathered. EWS heavy weathered and DB I don't mind, because EWS were taken over by DB, so that unit is most probably in a DB red now. But it shouldn't be in DRS blue as well. Right, 20 is the speed you want to approach a red. 20 for the AWS magnet, and 15 for anything slower. I mean, look at that, there's just freight everywhere. That's what Wembley Yard in this game on the West Coast Mainline South should be. Right, there's some TPWS grids, so down to 15, quite quickly please. Here we go. Right, I'm coming up to a red. Right, stop, accelerating. There's a 66 in there. I don't know what these red signs mean. I'm not too sure, you'd have to ask a proper train driver that one. I don't know. It might just be the speed, I don't know. Right, so it's 35 into Doncaster. So we'll approach, because that was approach control. Because of the low speed limit coming up, it stopped, it made my signal red, which in doing so slowed me down. Which obviously, you know, worked. Because my signal up ahead is red, so we can't approach it at more than 20. So although the speed's 35, but then 25 I think, we can only approach it at 20. And let's save it while we're here. I know that's like 3 saves in the last 10 minutes, but you can never be too sure. There's quite a lot of stock in that depot as well, since only Midland Mainline. We need to try out the new update for Midland Mainline and see what's going on. Or even see if I've got it yet. I'll come out after this and see if there's any updates to be done. But yeah. Love that suspension physics. Would you mind standing back, sir? Oh, I suppose you're on the... no, you are past the yellow line, so get back. Behave. People can't behave around train stations at their big age. Bit sad, that, isn't it? Yeah, it was a nice added bonus to see flying Scotsman on today's drive. A little unexpected extra. If you had Glossop line, you would see Northern 323s here, but I don't own that route. I could have got it for like £8, but I decided against it because I was told that it was boring, or gets boring very quickly. And that was by one of Dovetail's ambassadors, believe it or not. Doors open on the right hand side. Stop marker Right, as soon as you see the stop marker disappear from your windscreen, that's when you stop. I think the windscreen on those was designed for. There's 47 There's a load of these making the stop. There's a 465, there's a 166, at least there should be. Maybe that only appears certain times of the year. Oh yeah, just like the 323, the 323 is not there. If you have enjoyed that, be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time for some more Train Sim World. Goodbye for now.